Hey guys, what's up? कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? So today I'm back in front of you with the review of another book, and this time the book's name is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. This is a book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F, written by Mark Manson. It's one of the best-selling books, and what I found different about this book is that it is not a normal self-help book. It's different. It's different. Its approach is different. It's not a normal book where they say that be positive, stand in front of a mirror, speak good things, do affirmations, this and that. This book is different. Means its approach is totally a contrarian approach. It's a contrarian. It's also a self-help book, but its approach is very contrarian approach. It's not a normal self-help book. Means it challenges your beliefs. It shakes you, and you are made to think. Means whatever your belief system, whatever you have been feeling about yourself, whatever the thought process that you had till this point of time, whether it was correct or not. So the book has total 9 chapters, and in each chapter means Mark Manson has given a very different perspective towards life. Means how you can means he has not given any success mantras. He has just talked very normally, but in a very different way, in a very means thought provoking way. That is the biggest beauty of this book. So I highly recommend this book to anyone. Already it's a bestseller, but I would still recommend those who have not read it. They should read it. It's a great book, and everybody should read it, just to get a different perspective. Just to get you would have all read all the very goody self help books, but this book is different. So let me just give you a brief review about what this book is all about. So the first chapter talks about don't try. Yeah, that's a very interesting sort of a heading. Means he gives an example of a person who spent most of his life, he was drinking, he was having all sorts of bad habits, and then for 30 years he kept doing it, but then he started writing about all this, and those books went on to become bestsellers. But still, that particular person considered himself as a loser, as a failure, and when he died, the epitaph on his graveyard, it was written "Don't try." So means he said means the summary of this particular chapter, that means uh, you just don't try to be something different. Whatever you are, you are. You just don't try to just don't try to pose as somebody else. That's means that will not really help you. And the second thing is that the second chapter talks about happiness is a problem. Yes, most of the people are happy. Means they are chasing happiness. They are chasing happy. They don't want to do anything, but they want to be happy. And here Mark Manson talks that happiness comes by solving problems. If you are not solving problems, you are not going to be happy. You have shitloads of problems, but you just want to just uh, talk to yourself that I'm happy, I'm happy. That's not the way. That's a very shallow way of living the life, and it will make your life more miserable, according to the author. So the best way to be happy is to be solving problems. You will solve problems, then you will get a new challenge, and you will overcome that challenge, uh, and it will carry on and on and on, and this will give you the happiness. That is the ultimate way to get happy. There is no other way to get happy. So the gist of this chapter is that happiness comes from solving problems. Running away from the problems won't give you any happiness. It means the pile of work is there, and you are not doing it, but you are trying to pose that I'm happy. Means by not doing, if you think that you will be happy, means that's not the way to that's not the way life functions. So in order to be happy, you have to take some action. uh, if you take action, then there is a possibility that you will be happy. The third thing is, the third chapter talks about, the heading of the chapter is "You Are Not Special." And most of the people here, he says that we try to be extraordinary. Everybody tries to be extraordinary. There is, according to Mark Manson, 99.99% of our life is spent in mediocrity, and people are not ready to. People are just want that they want to be something extra. Whereas. mm and this is the reason that the life of most of the people are screwed up. And according to Mark Manson, that since human beings have very limited time on this earth, so So there is a likelihood that anybody who wants to be extraordinary in one particular field, he or she will have to spend his whole lifetime on that. And even then there is no guarantee that he will be happy. And even if a particular person is happy in one field, that he will be an absolute loser in the other field. He has talked about various examples. He has given that an athlete who is a successful athlete, uh, they are mostly dumb they are mostly dumb in other fields. And then he has talked about various actors. Means the actors who are such big superstars on screen, their personal lives are absolutely, they're messed up. So that's how the life is. A person can be so-called extraordinary in one particular field, there is absolute there means there is a very very distinct possibility that his life will be screwed up in all other aspects. All other aspects of his life will be absolutely screwed up. So that's how the life is. Then he says the value of suffering. So means as the heading says that you cannot achieve something till you suffer. So with suffering comes the growth. If you don't suffer, you don't grow. So in order to grow, you have to suffer. So that's how it is. And then he has given a few examples that he has said that the more aware you become about yourself, the more you start suffering. And he has given the example of onion, that the more you peel the onion, the more there is a chance that you will cry, and you will cry at wrong times. And then he gives the example of a rock star problem. There is one submodule in the rockstar profit. He tells about the example. He gives the example of a singer who was thrown out of one very popular band. And that particular person who got thrown out, he made his own band. He was successful, but still he considered himself as a loser, because he was thrown out of that particular band. The name of that band was Metallica, from which that particular guy was thrown out. And even though he was very successful in his new band, but he considered himself as a loser, because he was not selected in that Metallica band, and he was thrown out from that band. So means these are the various examples he has given. So these are the sufferings that we bring on ourselves. Then talks about choice. In the chapter 5, he talks about choice, that always choosing. So there is no point in our life where we are not choosing. We are always making a choice, and that choice defines our life, and that choice makes an impact on our life. So whether we are admitting it or not, whether we are doing it consciously or subconsciously, we are always choosing. So that choice we are always making. And then he talks about you're wrong about everything. So he's saying that all our belief systems that have been fed in our minds means, something which is true for us might not be true for somebody else. So these are the kind of belief systems that have been fed into our mind. And he has challenged most of them in his chapter. And I will not give you too many details, otherwise it won't be any fun. So uh, I'm just giving you a sort of a teaser, so that you can go and read more about this particular chapter. You are wrong about everything. And then he says that failure is the way forward. So means he says that for every success, uh, every great success that has been achieved, there have been a lot of failures in the way. Means with failures you keep on improving, and then you keep on improving, and then ultimately you get that success. So this is how that's what he has tried to uh, say in this chapter. And then in the eighth chapter, he is talking about the importance of saying no. In that, he talks that the rejection makes you a better person. So he says that if you have faced rejection in a relationship, if you have faced rejection in a job, means that rejection makes you a better person. It makes you a better professional, because then you go and means a person who has faced rejection, at least he's more mentally strong, he's more emotionally strong, and means he's ready to take the hard knuckles and rise from that rejection and move forward in life. So he's saying that in a way rejection is good. And then there should be boundaries in relationship. Even in the relationship between a husband and a wife, there should be boundaries. Means for a healthy relationship, according to Mark Manson, in a healthy relationship there should be some boundaries between wife and husband also. That that you should give space to your partner to solve his or her own problems. Means if wife is having some problems, the husband should be giving space to his wife, that she should be capable, she should be made confident enough, she should be made secure enough to solve her own problems. If the husband is all the time, if the husband is helping wife, that is not that relationship, one day the problems will start coming into the relationship. And the vice versa is also true, that the husband, that if the wife is trying to just always trying to help the husband in his problems, then that is not good for the husband also. So there should be some boundaries in the relationships also. He has laid a lot of emphasis on it, that people should try to solve their own problems rather than expecting help all the time. uh, because that will that because one day the relationship will get toxic if this thing keeps on happening. And then he talks about freedom through commitment. He says that once you get committed, then that commitment gives you a different type of a freedom. That freedom cannot come if you are having too many relationships, if you are traveling to too many countries, if you are doing all sorts of yanky fanky stuff. He says that once you dedicate your life, once you uh, decide to devote your life to a particular profession, to a particular person, that gives you a different sort of an experience, that gives you a different sort of a freedom, which you will not get if you are a rolling stone, just so just trying all sorts of different things in life. That won't that is not very that is not a very happy thing. That will one day it will cause problems for you. That's what Mark Manson is telling in chapter 8, the importance of saying no. And then the last chapter, he's saying that at the end of the day, death is the ultimate reality. And nobody should be scared of death, and you should confront that. You should always be prepared that one day I have to die. So they the thing is that according to him, the human beings have made life such a have made this thing they take their life too seriously, and the death is means a sort of a very serious thing for them, a sort of thing. And he tries to explain it by saying that once he went on a cliff on that on that that on one of the cliffs. He goes on one of the cliffs, and then he tries to means he's not actually jumping, but he tries to take one step closer to the tip from where the person might fall down. He goes there and just he has explained that how he tried to experience death, and what he felt at that time, that feeling that you are about to die the next moment, that gives you a different sort of a freedom, and you start looking at life through a totally different angle. So that's what he has tried to explain in this ninth chapter. So all in all, I think it's not a very chocolatey kind of a self-help book like there are so many in the market. It's a very different kind of a book, as I explained in the start of this review also. It challenges your established beliefs. Means it won't give you those 2-minute rules to just get successful in life. It will challenge your existing beliefs, and it will give you a different perspective to life, and it will just shake you from within. And I hope it will. I am hoping that it will help me also, and whoever will read this book after seeing my review, he or she will also be able to start looking life in a different way, and start living life in a different way also. So a bit of a philosophical book, uh, so-called self-help book also, but I think it's a good read. It's a different read because I have read a few self-help books before also. So it is not like that. It's a bit different. That's why so many copies of this book have already been sold, and still are getting sold. So if you want to get a different feel about a self-help book, if you want to just uh, you can say means if you want to get a different, if you want to just get yourself challenged with different kind of motivation, then this book, you should read this book. And I hope it will serve the purpose. So that's all from my side for today. I hope this review will be helpful to you, and if you have watched this video till this point of time, then I please Subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video with your friends, with your known ones who like to get some review of this book. And if you want to buy this book, you can also buy it from various online, from bookstores also, and from online portals also, like Flipkart and Amazon. Links I will give in the description. And I hope this review was helpful to you. If you have any feedback, you can just share it in the comment section. Any sort of feedback is welcome. Positive, negative, neutral. That will help me improve. So that's all from my side for today, and I will be back with you very soon with the review of another book. So there are a lot of books that are in my plate, and I am planning to upload videos regularly this year, so that I can share more reviews with you uh, as this year progresses. So thank you and goodbye for now. Bye bye.